then hopefully we can get a virtuous cycle and housing prices can start stabilizing. Keep in mind, though, the one thing, Michael, that's important, and I think your wife would agree with this, is people's expectations of this enormous appreciation in their home values every single year. Those days are not going to come back anytime soon. And I think that purchasers have to have a understanding that they've got to look at all the information, make sure that they understand their mortgages, don't get in over their heads. But obviously, home ownership is still going to be a central part of the American dream, and we want to encourage that.
Yesterday, a woman named Susan called the radio program. I thought she asked a tremendous question. She said, would you please ask the president, what can we do? What should we be doing? Should we, the citizenry, be spending? Should we be saving? Should we be planting a garden? Should we be hiring college kids? Give us the marching orders so that we're not entirely reliant on Washington to get us out of this. Well, what's the answer?
Well, obviously it depends on circumstances. But if you've got a job right now that's stable and steady, then we want you to just be out there with confidence, knowing that the American economy is still the most dynamic in the world. If you need a new washer dryer, go out and buy that washer dryer. If you need a new car, go out and buy that new car. The economy is going to be chugging along. It's not moving as fast as we would like. If you're unemployed, then we want to make sure that you're being helped, and that's why we put forward this American Jobs Act. Congress can make a difference right now to increase growth by 2% and put up to 1.9 million people back to work. Teachers in the classroom, construction workers rebuilding our roads and bridges, giving tax credits to small businesses for hiring our veterans who are coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan. That will make a big difference. But in the meantime, one of the things that a lot of people can do, particularly if they've just been laid off and their industry may be contracting, this is a great time to get retraining, and we've made college loans more accessible than they've ever been, Pell Grants more accessible than they've ever been. Sharpening your skills and retraining for the jobs of the future is something that can make a huge difference. And if you are a small business person or a large business person, go out there and hire. Take a bet on America, because the fact of the matter is that we've got incredible workers out here. They're more productive than they've ever been. All they're looking for is a chance, and there is a market out there to be had as long as people start getting a little more confidence.
You mentioned small business. There's a small businessman who's a sponsor of mine, good guy named Michael Smythe, and he said when we extend the unemployment benefits, he's concerned about the message that it sends long term. In other words, he's wondering why not provide small businesses with tax incentives to expand payrolls, because he tells me, Mr. President, that when he runs a one ad, he's getting the same number of people showing up as when the unemployment rate was only 6%.
Well,
what do you say to him?
You should tell your buddy that, first of all, part of the Jobs Act includes a tax break for small businesses who are increasing payroll, or for that matter, increasing wages for their existing payroll. So he'll have a huge incentive to hire additionally. With respect to unemployment insurance, one of the things that we've said is, look, it's important for the economy as a whole, as well as these families who are down on their luck, to make sure that they still have some money in their pockets to buy groceries and to be able to keep the lights on. But what we've also said is, let's start reforming the system. Let's adopt some good ideas that have been tried in Georgia and North Carolina, where rather than just send you an unemployment check, what it does is it says, you know what, we'll take part of this unemployment insurance and we will apply it to the wages to help subsidize your wages if you're working in a temporary job. And that's a good, smart way to make sure that people are still in the market, getting up, going to work every day, even if it's not going to be their ultimate employment. It keeps their skills sharp, and it fills out their resume so as they're looking for permanent employment, they're going to be able to have a little more confidence than they would if they were just out of the workplace for a long period of time.
I know I'm going to lose you in a minute. Quick question. Are the goalposts being moved on you in 2012? In my native Pennsylvania, there's a move afoot that would change the way in which electoral votes are apportioned. You picked up 21 in 08. You'd only had a net gain of 1 if this new rule, this new system were to come into effect. I look at that and the requirement of photo IDs in some states and the reduction of advance voting, and I wonder what's going on out there on a grand level. What's your level of concern? And I've only got you for about 30 seconds.
Well, look, with respect to Pennsylvania, the people of Pennsylvania will ultimately decide how they want to allocate their electoral votes, and I'll leave it up to them. I will say that my big priority is making sure that as many people are participating in our democracy as possible. Some of these moves in some of the other states that we've seen, trying to make it tougher to vote, restricting ballot access, making it hard on seniors, making it hard on young people, I think that's a big mistake. And I have made sure that our Justice Department's taken a look at what's being done across the country to ensure that people aren't being denied access to the franchise.
First Lady shops incognito at Target. Where do you most want to shop undercover?
You know, I don't even want to shop. All I want to do is take a walk. But as she reminds me, nothing I do is undercover. She always jokes about my motorcade. She gets embarrassed when she goes out with me because there's an ambulance and a caboose and the dog sled. It trails for about a mile behind me. So, I'm glad she can sneak off though, because one thing she loves to do is go shopping at Target.
Mr. President, thank you so much for coming back to the program. You know I always respect the dialogue, and I really appreciate it.
Michael, always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much.